I don't think the frames would look awful this time. I'm gonna give it a chance. Still looks awful. Never mind. This is a failed video because my word, I have to figure this out, or else this whole entirety of the video is just gonna look awful. And what's worse is one of the days it would look like this, and then the other day would look perfectly fine, like nothing has ever happened. It's so weird. It's like RNG. Hopefully this works. I restarted the computer. Well, it means it's Omega Dragon, and welcome back for some more Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. 2 days and one video yet again. Last time, which was part 10, we, for one thing, met Prince Sidon once. Well, not once again. I was going to say once again. I meant to say finally met Prince Sidon after doing everything we could in certain places. And I'm working towards two things, which is to get my own house, which I thought I was going to do on part 9, but wasn't able to. And then part 10, I conquered some shrines along with meeting Prince Sidon, showing off what I did. Darn it, it still looks bad. Why? I don't even get how it looks so bad. That's so annoying. I think I conquered this shrine last time, the Muo Jim shrine, which was the not major, but a modest test of strength, and I think I also did another shrine, but I don't remember exactly if that's what I did. I don't remember how many shrines I did, but this monstrosity happened where the frames just look awful. And I'm hoping that it's not like that for you guys, but I'm thinking it is. That's the worst thing. Because if it does look like that to you guys, then I don't know how long I'm going to record this for. And yes, I exploded myself with a bomb. Given poor judgment. So, I'm going to eat this, two of them, and then I'm going to eat not a raw prime meat, not any of these. I'm gonna eat this, and then I'll be on my merry way. I hope the frames aren't looking as bad on this as on the upcoming video as it does for you. I've always just climbed around it. I don't know if anybody does that, but that's what I do. Oh, hi. There you are. So, my main weapon is this, because it insta-kills them. So he's using the Zora spear, so I don't feel as bad destroying that spear now. Was I able to take a picture of this? I never took a picture of it. I guess I was going to save it for later, and I will save it for later if I need to. But right now I'm not. But I didn't take a picture of this yet, and I'm not saving that for later. Yes, I have a camera thing. I think that was already shown. Korok leaf. Did I take a picture of that? Yeah. I don't really need it. I thought it's raining, and yet I don't see much of any rain, and now I finally do. I'm gonna die. I have 98 arrows. I'm going to eat. I'm gonna eat none of the hearty stuff. I'm just gonna eat another cooked thing. Not this. Or. Yeah. No, I'm not. Steamed meat. Ow! You've gotta be kidding me. At this rate, I might as well eat a hearty item. And I have a lot of those already. I'm gonna eat this. Ah. There we go. My word. It's annoying when I'm battling on the puddle of water. Yay! Oh dang it, that was a blue Lizalfos. Now let's see if this counts. Oh, it does count. I didn't know if it counted or not. Reinforced Lizal's shield. Really useful. What am I dropping for that? I'm dropping this. It's no longer useful. And this is a forked Lizal boomerang. And the forked Lizal boomerang is also better than this weapon that I have, except for it's not really that much better. And I'm still not going to replace anything for it. But at least I took a picture of it. Double checking. I end up forgetting. I did take a picture. I'm about to see Sidon again. Oh. Beep. I'm very close. What are you? Amber, apparently. Nuto's crossing. He will show up. And remembering this, there is a Korok somewhere around here. So I gotta remember this location for later. So I'm gonna star this just so that I will remember that there's something important here. But it's not something if you look up. Oh yeah, and I remember this place as well. And I'm going to use, and you'll trust me on this because it's actually useful. I'm actually going to use this, and I'm going to take a picture as well. OP weapon. Hey, Link, look below, down here. You're still pretty far off, my friend. But I was sure you'd be passing over this bridge, so I have been waiting for you. You will be in Dora's domain before you know it. In fact, I'm going to head that way too. I shall meet you there. Whoa. Wait. Beware, warrior. A monster approaches from behind you. I freaking love this part. Hello. Crap. Let's hope that saves. That saves. Good. Blue Moblin. Ouch! He's dead. He dropped his club. I've never had that happen. I'm gonna clip that. My word. I've never had a Moblin fall off that bridge like that. Just double checking if I had it on me. Wait, I didn't take a picture of that club yet. A reward for my troubles. I took a picture of the blue Moblin and his club. Nothing here. Well, you know what? I'm gonna eat this and then I'm gonna eat 5 apples. Since I have a lot of apples. 1 heart. Silent shroom. Hylian shrooms. Just making sure I'm not missing anything. Shrooms everywhere. Double checking. I am going the right way. Hearty radish. I did take a picture of that. I'm very sure of it. I think I can take a picture of this in a better manner because last time it died and now I'm going to replace the picture. I'm not going to shoot it though. I'm not that mean. But it's going to notice me and run away. I'm curious about what's down there. Finally got more of these. I'm gonna go around in a different manner. It's sort of funny that I would hope to get 9 hearts before I go to defeat the first divine beast, because then after I defeat what's inside the divine beast, I will get the thing mainly. The Story of the Zora, Part 6, Divine Beast Va Ruta, as told by King Dorifan. When the divine beast Va Ruta was first discovered at Zora's domain, my daughter Mifa hurried to see it. Those present that day say they saw an unusual sparkle of excitement in Mifa's normally calm eyes as she beheld Ruta. The princess spoke of the divine beast as she would a friend, and was overjoyed when she was chosen to pilot Ruta. I thought nothing of it at the time, but given the events that followed, I now regret allowing this to happen. I have spent my many long years consumed by guilt. My dearest wish is that her soul will know peace. I pray for it every day. And I've always thought that you could blow this up, but you can't. It doesn't do anything. There were other parts, but I wasn't actually able to find them. If you know where they are, then you can read them yourselves, because I'm not going to go back there to look for it. And be prepared to know something about Sidon, because it's actually pretty shocking for those who don't know much about him and why I like him so much. I was only letting go every so often because of how Link handles climbing in the rain. But we're very close. Remember this. Actually, that's a scene that's gonna happen soon. Very soon. And I'm gonna turn off my commentary for it. I just now realized my audio isn't working. Gosh darn it. If I had realized that earlier, but I'm only gonna let you guys know this by the movement of what happened. I'm so glad the scene didn't happen then. But what the heck? I could have sworn it happened when I entered the village. I'm very sure that that happened when you enter the village. Because if it doesn't happen there, my memory is gone. I don't even remember when it shows up. I'm certain it happens when I enter the village, though. So I was wrong. I don't know how that is. I could have sworn that the divine beast shows that the divine beast scene happens right before I enter the village, but somehow it didn't happen. Whoa! And don't mind the background. I've been waiting for you, Link. Welcome. Behold the pride of my people, Zora's domain. Now I shall introduce you to the king. Hurry, this way. Sort of interesting about that kind of deal. Hmm? Hello? What is it? Master Link! Is it truly you, the Hylian champion? It's me, Riven. We used to swim together when I was a child. Remember? I don't remember. Well, it has been 100 years since then, and now I'm over 130 years old. I must say, you've aged well for Hylian. Unbelievably well. Now that I think about it, shouldn't you be dead? Sorry, that may be too personal a question. Father, we are on guard duty right now. Oh, right, sorry. Leader of the Peak, Baz, the heroine, Gaddison. Then my father, Trello, they have all aged quite a bit, I'm afraid, but they are all doing well. Oh, but Master Link, you probably shouldn't speak to the elderly. Oops, sorry for keeping you too long. You have business in the throne room, right? Please proceed there at your earliest convenience. But I have to do the shrine first. Looks like Father was rather excited to speak with you. Oh well. A Hylian, eh? I believe this is our first meeting, yes? My name is Dunma. You're a female, right? My, how observant you are. Is there a problem? How old are you? That is not an appropriate question to ask a lady you've just met. Let's just say I'm less than 100 years old, can't you tell? It's sort of funny that comes up as rude. It makes sense, though. I'm so much less formal. I'm so bad. I love how I actually know what song is playing, but I'm not gonna put it out of context. I'm so much less formal than the elders, aren't I? At any rate, right now, Zora's domain is looking for a Hylian warrior. For more detailed information, please go speak with King Dordophon in the back. The damage is minimal. Good evening. I thought she was gonna be lower voiced. Are you a Hylian? Yes. Oh, where are my manners? I am Leftlet, or whatever, however you pronounce that. I am the chief secretary of the royal family. Are you curious about the statue of Lady Miva? Yes. If you do not mind, please allow me to explain. This is a statue of the former Zora champion. Her name was Lady Mifa. She was as kind as she was beautiful. They say her ability to heal wounded soldiers was beyond measure, beyond compare, or whatever. These soldiers, those soldiers she healed, they are old and decrepit now, but they remember. For this reason, the elders of the domain all love I am so bad, Lady Mifa dearly. If you would like to know more, I suggest you try talking to one of them. They would hate me for it, so I'd much rather not. Welcome! Good evening! Welcome to the Merit Mart. Whoops. This is where you will find our general store, the Coral Reef, our workshop, the Hammerhead, is also here. Or, do you need something else? Merit Mart. Yep, this is it. The general store and the workshop, they're the best shops ever. And together they're called Merit Mart. Merit Mart. La dee 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 dee. That's my theme song. La dee da. Isn't it cute? Not the way I put it. I would put it as funny and charming. General store. Our general store has been in business for over 100 years. It has a long and honorable history. I was about to say horrible for some odd reason. Our shopkeep Clef is really serious, but his younger sister Tona is head over fins for Prince Sidon. Is there anything else? Workshop. What? What? The old man in the workshop? I can't speak right. His name is Dento. He's my grandpa. And he hates me. He's the one who fixed Mifa's weapon, the light scale trident. Is there anything else? Nope. See you later. Your grandfather hates my guts. Hello, Goron friend.
Hey, you're hiding, aren't you? It's rare to see you kind of out here. As for me, I was roaming nearby during my travels when Prince Sidon recruited me and brought me here. That's 'cause I can touch shock arrows. But I also weigh, well, a lot. There's no way I'll be able to carry you on my back. That's what Prince Sidon said to me. That was kind of rude of him, wasn't it? You're gonna hate my guts. So, the Hylian who stole letting me fall away thinks he can just come wandering in here like nothing happened. What business do you have after all these years?
What is this place?
No weapons workshop.
What are you doing?
Trident maintenance.
A trident?
I like scale trident and the ceremonial trident. Now you have been making a racket since you walked in here. There's no point coming in here if you do not possess the light scale trident. Leave now.
Very interesting. Rock salt! And I haven't taken a picture of these, and I'm gonna take a picture of all of these to embarrass you. Oh, I can't. Well, go figure. I bet I can't. Oh, I can take a picture of these. I'm gonna take a picture of these. Ice arrows in shop. But can I take a picture of this? Yes, I can. Swift Violet. Not gonna buy any of those. This is our general store, the Coral Reef. Here we have Swift Violets that will help you run faster if you cook and eat them. My word, I have no idea. We also carry arrows for travelers. If you see something like you like, just go grab it from the table. Oh, unless you have some other business with me. How's business? Not bad. Or I'd like to say that, but it hasn't really been all that great lately. Our goods are mostly for travelers, but we haven't been getting too many of those around here lately. At this rate, we may have to close our doors like the armor shop did. Need anything else? No. Thanks. Be careful if you go out after dark. Might as well buy something. I'm gonna buy these. I'll take them all. All of them? Yes. Thank you very much. I see we have run out of items. I would have been the kind guy by buying all of them, but I'm not really wanting to. Shellfin trout. Can't take a picture of the Hylian rice, but we can take a picture of the sizzlefin trout. Hopefully the lady won't be in it. Good. And there's only 2 of them, I think. Now we are finally going in here. If I'm remembering, this shrine is actually not that hard. Double checking. So apparently, that picture is not there anymore. Fleet Lotus Seeds. I'm only grabbing 1. But before I go in, bright-eyed crab. Very cute. Now I'm going in. I don't know if this is... I do remember that this challenge is not hard. I just don't remember what it is. Exactly. I don't remember if it's test of strength or something else. It's something else. Pushing power. And yep, it's not that hard. It's actually a really fun challenge. If I'm remembering, doesn't require too much. It requires you to use stasis, I think. But that's just me double checking. Okay, so there's stasis, I think. Yeah. How on earth do you get up there? Like that. Whoops. Am I able to use Cryonis? Yes. I've actually never done that before. Come on! I don't think I've ever opened this chest. Zora spear, as if I needed that. I'm gonna fall on purpose. Go up there and take the boulder. I'm gonna use Cryonis. I'm gonna climb this Cryonis up here. I'm gonna push it all the way. At least try to. If that doesn't work, I might as well use stasis. Whee! Oh, okay. That was anticlimactic. Get you wishing that I could charge it even more. I think it's gonna break the Cryonis. Nope. Not exactly where I wanted to go. I was meant to go there. I'm hoping I don't go all the way back up when I do this. And I gotta wait for its recharge. And I'm gonna send it far. See if it works. As I figured. Soon enough, I might need to go back to the modest. What happens if I blow this up? Will that make it move? Way too much. Are you freaking kidding me? After all of that. Oh, come on. There we go. That should work. Yep, finally. Wasn't that hard, but it's pretty dang annoying. Pretty gosh darn annoying. And now I'm going to see King Dorifan. Mainly my goal for this video is something that is battling my first thing that I'm not going to spoil quite yet. I sort of wonder if there are side quests here or if that's after you beat the first divine beast. I know what you are like. Oh, it's you! We met at Zora River! It's me, Lido! Thank you for coming so quickly. But enough about me. Could I possibly ask you to go and meet with King Dorifan? He's in the throne room. Please, go ahead. Riven. Oh, right. By the way, Master Link, are you going to fight Calamity Ganon again? Again? I mean, Master Link, you and Lady Mipha fought Calamity Ganon 100 years ago, don't you recall? Master Link, you really don't remember anything, don't you? Okay, in that case, ask me anything you want to. If I don't want to ask about Mipha, but I will ask about Trello. Trello is my father. Since retiring, he has been in charge of the Champion Festival. It is he who now bears the ceremonial trident. But, Master Link, you really should not speak with any of the elderly here, including my father. As for me, well, I just do not believe you are guilty of anything. Is there anything else you want to ask? No, because I already know where the throne room is. And he would mainly tell you where it is. He'll tell you a bit more, but I don't really want to know. I'm gonna just talk to you.
Well, what's the matter?
Oh, hey, Trello.
Huh? A Hylian? And not just any Hylian. Isn't that you, Link? How dare you show your face here after what you did to Lady Mipha?
Wait,
What did you just say? I, Trello, shall punish you on behalf of our beloved Lady Mipha. That's what I'd like to do, anyhow. But I'm afraid that those of us in the Zora Castle have our hands full trying to figure out what to do about that Ruta next.
Ruta?
You were alive 100 years ago, so you should know all about Ruta. Surely you cannot have forgotten Lady Mipha, our dear Zora champion. In order to help defeat Calamity Ganon, she piloted that divine beast. But I do not understand. What is the divine beast standing as the plague of rain to us and making their domain suffer? I think that the rain is the tears of Lady Mipha who was defeated without fulfilling her duty. Unbearable Hylian brat. We of the Zora Council have always been intent on stopping Ruta ourselves.
I'll stop it.
How can you be so shameless? The nerve! I can assure you that we do not now, nor have we ever, needed help from the likes of you. I do not want to see your face around here again. Go on, get lost. Uh-oh. Thanks to your meddling,
You've gone and made me forget about the trading I dropped. How's that, I guess? What do I do now? Leave him behind, brat. Trident? That is not your business. Now then, what shall we do about that awful Ruta?
What is it? Oh, hey, mister. You've got a weird face.
I'm a Hylian.
Oh, hi, Leon. I haven't met one of those before.
Yeah, if you're a Hylian, that means you came from really far away.
You didn't happen to see my mom, May, on the way here, did you?
Ever since the water monster went crazy, Mom hasn't come home. But, I mean, I bet she'll come home sooner or later. Hopefully sooner. Very cute kid, and that's why I do those voices. Prince Sidon! You don't have any fins. Are you Hylian? I'm the president of Prince Sidon's fan club. My name is Tula. Do you know Prince Sidon? Yes. That's just what I expect from our Prince Sidon. His renown has even reached you, Hylian. Prince Sidon. Just thinking of you turns me into mush. On the other hand, if that pack of geezers show up again, I swear. Oh, sorry. Anyway, Prince Sidon is a man with magnificent ideas. Oh, I know. Why don't you go and have a chat with Prince Sidon? Yes, do. Good morning. Who are you? I'm a Hylian. Oh, so you're a Hylian. Did you come from far away? I ask because my... Oh, never mind. My dad told me not to talk to strangers. Sorry, Key. Didn't mean it. Oh, apologies. I was lost in thought. Hey, Frank. Nice to meet you, too. You're another elder, right? Well, it's always nice to have a visitor here. Thank you for journeying to our fair Zora domain. Wait a moment. You're Link, the perpetrator who forced Lady Mifan to join this crusade 100 years ago, only to be destroyed by Calamity Ganon. As though I could ever forget that face. You should know that the elderly here who loved Lady Mifan still remember, and they still resent you. I, however, resent the deed, and not the person. I also believe in allowing the mistakes of the past to wash away. Link, I have retired from my role as a priest. I am now living my life free from the material concerns of this world. However, ever since I retired, each day is more boring than the last. Spending it day after day in idleness, only to pass from this world soon. Link, as I'm sure you are well aware, the afterlife lays claim to all. We never know when it will beckon. If during your travels you meet any engaged couples, I would like you to introduce them to me. Joining two souls is a true honor. One I shall strike. I am terrible at reading. Stake my life on. Just one more wedding, and I shall be fulfilled. A big side quest for sure. Lovely. Oh, Hylian, you just slept and now you're waking up. Nice to meet you. My name is Tona. I'm a member of Prince Sidon's fan club. When I think about Prince Sidon, I can't sleep at night. I'm so tired. La-dee-doo. A gift from the sky, a scale of light. Oh, wow, this is good. Who are you? I'm a Hylian. Swordsman. I'm a Hylian. A Hylian? Cool. Well, you know, Prince Sidon is much cooler. Hee Scale from the sky, I know what you're talking about. Sneaky river snail. Very sure I took a picture of that before. I don't want to break these, so I won't. Didn't see this before. What does this say? This is part 7. History of the Zora, part 7. The hero who defeated the something. Lionel. Wait a minute. As told by King Dorifan. There was a time when the people of the land were threatened by the dreaded beast Lionel, who lived on something mountain. I think that's plasmids or whatever. But one Hylian drove the beast back and restored peace to the domain. The Zora helm won in this fight is something north of something in the ruins near something lake. What the heck? I have no idea about the Zora helm. It rests there to honor the deeds of the hero Link. Time has taken its toll on this, and yet I can still understand it. Giotto.
Ah, a traveler, eh? Upon this stone monument is a proud history of the Zora. Hope you can understand me. As dictated by the King Dorifan himself many years ago. If you can't understand me, just read the line. I plan to record it all in the book. So I am reading it again.
That sounds rough. I'm surprised that he doesn't know me. Oh, now he does.
Link! Is that really you?
Now he's mad.
The alien who stole away the prince?
Right, my drinking. I'm so surprised it took him that long to realize who I was.
The alien who stole away our Lady Mifa was more the champion who... I cannot forgive you. Not ever.
I'm not gonna say I'm sorry, I'm gonna say what?
Do you not understand the gravity of what you have done? Not only did you highly fail to stop Calamity Ganon 100 years ago, but you went and stole our Lady Mifa from us. I'll never forgive you awful Hylians. Not ever. Your face sickens me, and I am sickened. Get out of my sight now.
Can't help when I talk to these guys. Is this another sneaky river snail? Yes, it is. And screw it, I'm taking a picture of it because, yes, I did not take a picture of it before. It's a really cool glow-in-the-dark feature. I'm not going to take any of them. Prince Sidon.
Ah, my dream boat. Would love to meet you.
You're not an elder, so I can talk to you. Oh, you're the Hylian I met the Zora River. Oh, interesting to know that. I hear Prince Sidon's request. Well, King Dorifan and Prince Sidon are waiting for you. Please help them. King Dorifan's really cool. And there he is right there. That's what I mean.
Restore domain complete.
Bowing down right to him. Is this a cutscene? No, it's not. He's not gonna have a voice. But I have the perfect voice for him.
Ah, you must be the Hylian that Sidon brought here, correct?
I love how big he is. He's so cool. I love Prince Sidon, but I also love this guy.
You did well to come all the way here.
I give elders the voice, and I give the king the voice because of how big he is. And I love how he's a whale.
I am King Dorifan, ruler of the Zora. The object upon your wrist, is that not a secret slate? Now that I've gotten a good look at you, it is all too clear who you are. You are the Hylian champion Link. Do not tell me you have forgotten me.
Hylian champion? You can't mean the Link. That champion. He already knew who I was. So that's where I've heard your name. Oh, right. He said he has heard of it before, but he doesn't remember how. So that's where I've heard your name before. What a fateful coincidence that we should cross paths.
I cannot believe it. The Hylian champion Link has appeared before us. We have met numerous times, I'll have you know. Ah, so many memories.
The more I think about it, the more I'm making him sound like he's Asgore. That's sort of funny because he is pretty much Asgore in a way of voice acting.
My mind is overflowing with nostalgia, my friend. I had heard a terrible rumor that you had fallen in combat, but it appears you managed to survive. Extraordinary.
I said I lost my memory so many times. I sort of want to say I've been sleeping, but I'm gonna actually be honest.
Come again? You say you have lost your memory. But surely you must remember my precious daughter Mifa. Yes, you do you not?
Doesn't ring a bell. I don't want to say Mifa who.
I cannot believe it. Have you truly forgotten my dear Mifa as well? You and Mifa were so close, yet you do not remember her. Young hero, please look upon the beauty of Zora's domain. You see that statue? Thus gazing upon Mifa's immortalized form, not jog your memory still.
Might as well read it in a context that nobody understands.
Well, perhaps your memory will return in due time. I dearly hope so.
Father, I do not believe discussing my sister. Yeah, that's the cool part. So the champion Mifa was his sister. That's what I was meant to talk about there. I do not believe discussing my sister is helping matters at the moment. Link seems confused.
Oh? Yes, of course. But first, it is worth noting how remarkable it is that Sidon brought a champion here without realizing it. That is quite a feat, my boy. Well, that's a good one. Link, I don't doubt not that you have endured a great many trials. Still, I must ask you to hear my plea. Now then, hero, I must inform you that Zora's domain is in danger of vanishing because of divine beast Varuta. I shall do you the courtesy of speaking bluntly. We alone cannot stop the beast. Will you lend us your strength? What? King Dorathon, my liege, please do not speak so. You ask a Hylian for help. What have they thought of that curls my fins? Muzu, I expected more of you. How can you still protest? Muzu!
Oh, whoops, wrong voice. Muzu, it is rude to speak that way to your king and his guest. Link is here because I invited him. With such unprecedented rainfall, we have no choice but to rely on the aid of a trustworthy Hylian. Have we not already discussed this and arrived at that very conclusion? He is the key to saving Zora's domain, and I have no doubt in my mind.
Indeed, Link is a champion, the ruins rule. As things now stand, Zora's domain, nay, perhaps all of Hyrule, is doomed to be swallowed by the sea. This is bigger than all of us, my friend. Zora and the Hylians alike must put aside our differences and band together.
Night, Ma. Love you too.
Have you forgotten already, my king? We cannot trust these lowly Hylians. 100 years ago, they proved the power of the nation's civilization that turned Hyrule into one of its giants. And there's not the least of it. It is their fault that Lady Mifa was lost to us. Link. Divine Beast Varuta has great power. It has a unique ability to create an endless supply of water. Of late, it has been mercilessly spouting water into the air. As a result, this area has been plagued by heavy rains. For us, Zora, water in area is one, so you would not think this would be quite so critical of a problem.
Sadly, the rains have filled the eastern reservoir nearly to the point of flooding. If the reservoir bursts, as it soon will, I fear immense damage will befall not only Zora's domain, but also the area downstream from us. Their Hylian lives are in very grave danger. I get, the divine beast is crying out once again, so apparently it was there that it shows up. The divine beast Faruta. Your Princess Zelda often studied the divine beasts. That is, in the time before the Great Calamity. According to her research, the orbs located on Ruta's shoulders are mechanisms that can control the water it generates. However, they require electricity to work. These orbs are clearly out of control now because there is no electricity coursing through to stop them. Jagan, who is quite shock resistant for Zora, hit one with a shock arrow. Sure enough, it slowed the water a bit. Unfortunately, as an aquatic race, Zora is terribly vulnerable to the power of electricity. Perhaps before we could not safely strike it with enough electricity at once, the water soon returned to its full force. That is why I went to search for Hylian who could help us. Link, I am certain you have already figured this out, but we need you to use the shock arrows to get those orbs working properly again. I will aid you in any way I can, of course. Please, hero, I beg of you, help me stop Ruta's rampage of destruction.
What?
Princess Zelda herself instructed you to board the divine beast and appease it from within. So then, Princess Zelda is still alive. Yes, in the castle. I do not believe it. She was alive this whole time, just as you were. The events of 100 years ago cannot be altered. It is true. But if we can regain control of the divine beasts, they may yet prove useful in sealing Calamity Ganon once and for all. I did not know you had such grand ambitions, Link. Wondrous. Naturally, I shall help too. Once it has stopped rampaging, you can easily climb inside it. Come, Link, let us appease Ruta together. I'm in. Let's do this.
Thank you, Link. Truly. We are in your debt. Our goal is the same. That means our meeting was nothing short of destiny. Now then, allow me to offer you this gift as a show of faith.
Zora armor, and this guy is not happy with it. So long as you wear this, you can ascend waterfalls just like a Zora. Please take good care of it.
King Gorathan! Surely you do not really intend to give this outside of the Zora armor. Countless generations of Zora princesses have gifted the armor to the one they have sworn to marry. Princess Mifa made that one there with her own hands. It is far too important to entrust to a shady Hylian. He may be a champion, but Mifa had no such relationship with him, so why should he receive such an honor? This is just too much, my liege. I do not understand it one bit. That Muzu is not easily swayed once his mind is set. Oh, you must understand. He was in charge of educating my dear daughter, Mifa. Naturally, she means a lot to him, just as she means the world to us. But ever since we lost her to the Calamity, he has grown to despise Hylians. I hope you can forgive his rudeness.
But what shall we do now? I tasked Muzu with finding the shock arrows we will need to appease Father Ta. But now he has rushed off in a huff. Link, do not let his words concern you. I will work this out with Muzu. I shall return shortly. Sidon, I suppose that means you are going to tell him. Link, Muzu is most likely at the square down below. Would you mind going down there? I would like you to try to speak to him. I think he says the same thing. Link, Muzu is most likely at the square down below. Would you mind going down there? Down there, I need you to convince him to fulfill his duty. Sort of wish I could take a picture of this guy. Unable to for saving, so I'm not gonna be mean after all. Don't want to be that guy.
Hi.
Hello and welcome. Zora's domain is currently searching for a Hylian like you. I said this Hylian. I get the feeling I've seen her before, perhaps a long time ago. There's the guy I was looking at. Lady Mifa, what? Yes, I said it. I am the aptly named Demon Sergeant. Well, shall strike down the divine beast father. What you do? You're Link. Finally, I can avenge Lady Mifa. It has been 100 years since you last showed your face there. Now I, second, will cut you down myself. What do you mean? Blind dummy! Nice try, but you cannot fool me. You were unable to protect Lady Mifa from the Calamity Cannon. It has been 100 years since we lost her. Poor Lady Mifa. How heartbreaking. I won't fail her again. There's no way we would ask for her help now, after all this time and after all that has happened. So says I, second, the demon shark. Even if this body of mine is destroyed, I will drown Ruta in shock arrows myself. And in doing so, Lady Mifa's regrets shall be alleviated. Do you understand anything of courage? Then get out of my way at once. I'm not gonna take it. Go on with your destiny. Muzu, please Muzu. I don't care what you say. Doesn't matter who you talk to. Dang it! I completely forgot. I was gonna wear that Zora armor thing to make things quicker because I've always been curious about what happens when you wear it right off the bat. You came all the way here, but it was in vain. I have no desire to speak with you. Listen well, Muzu. There's something you need to know. He who stands here, the man called Link, is the one whom my sister, Mifa, had feelings for. I was only a child then, so I did not know it myself at the time, but it is so. I grew up hearing my father tell stories, some of which were about my sister's undying love for a Hylian named Link. What? No! You cannot fool me with such a fanciful lie. Not this, Zora. How could Lady Mifa possibly have feelings for a Hylian like him? The facts are clear. He remembers nothing, even when he looks upon Lady Mifa's statue. It is the truth, Muzu. Though you never knew it, he was ever in Mifa's heart.
I was thinking. This reminds me of the time we first met. You were just a reckless child. Always getting yourself hurt at every turn. every time I would heal you, just as I'm doing right now. I thought it was funny how, being a Hylian, you looked grown up so much faster than I did. I was always willing to heal your wounds, even back then. So if this Calamity Ganon does in fact return, what can we really do? We just don't seem to know much about what we'll be up against. But know this, that no matter how difficult this battle might get, if anyone ever tries to do you harm, then I will heal you. No matter when or how bad the wound, I hope you know that I will always protect you. Once this whole thing is over, maybe things can go back to how they used to be when we were young. You know, perhaps we could spend some time together.
I'm trying to fix the audio here. Let's turn it. What's the matter, Link? Are you unwell?
You are quivering like a hatchling. Whatever is the matter?
I remember.
What? Do not mistake me for a fool, Hylian. There is no way you remembered her just now. When it is most convenient. In any case, without any solid proof, I cannot possibly take you at your word. If you have any such proof, now is the time to show it. Do so, and I shall tell you how to get those shock arrows. Yes, as well as anything else you wish to know.
You have to wear the armor that was assigned to you. So I'm going to equip it and show him once more. Muzu, look closely at the clothes Link is wearing.
You really think changing your clothes is going to make me... What in the... This is Zora armor from before. Just legging me from me by hand, and yet it fits you perfectly. What is the meaning of this?
Now you understand, do you not? Now you know who her heart belonged to, and who she made this special armor for. The fact that this armor fits Link perfectly should be proof enough that Mipha made it for him and him alone. You have always disliked Hylians, even before the Great Calamity. That is why Mipha never told you. Now that you know, you must promise to help him save us all, Muzu. Please, tell us where we can find the shock arrows we need. Knowing you, I bet you have already figured it out.
I never would have imagined she would make it that special armor for one such as he. I do not approve of asking for help from a Hylian, but I suppose it is our only option at this point. I am a proud Zora, which means I must take responsibility for my unwarranted behavior toward you. As promised, I shall tell you where you can collect as many shock arrows as you will need. That tall mountain over yonder. It is called Plymouth Mountain.
Okay, that was what it was.
And there you will also find Shadowback Point. A terrifying creature has made its home up there. That is awful beast shoots volley after volley of shock arrows. Even a single one could be fatal to a Zora.
Aha! You must mean that Lionel. He is a man-beast, that one. The beast does indeed wield shock arrows. That is certainly one way to collect them quickly. Never fought him at night, and this is my first time I'm going to do such. He is vicious, to be sure, but I am certain Link will rise to the challenge.
In order to appease the divine beast, I estimate that you will need at least 20 shock arrows. Do you think you can gather that many?
When you still down on Musu, I have no doubt he will be triumphant. Okay, Link, let's get moving. The fastest way to Ploymus Mountain is to ascend the waterfall east of the domain. The Zora armor should come in handy. Just swim to the waterfall basin, and then go up the waterfall from there. I will wait at the East Reservoir Lake, right by the Divine Beast. Gather at least 20 shock arrows, and then come join me. I'm on it. Wonderful! Together we shall stop that Divine Beast's onslaught. Very unexpected for how long this video has gone for. So I think
If you want shock arrows, you should go to Ploymus Mountain. There resides a vicious beast there, a Lionel, that is known to frequently shoot shock arrows. Though be warned, if you go, I cannot guarantee you will survive.
next time in Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, because of how long this took me, I am going to have the very first battle against a Lionel, because I am not going to back down against a challenge. And I'm going to use my electric resistant elixir. Very thrilled to battle him at 8 hearts. See you guys then.